Welcome to White House Field on a beautiful evening here in Harwich. 75 degrees and a nice little breeze blowing in from center field. We're happy to be back here on the home turf after 2 games on the road for the Mariners, including a domination win yesterday against the top team on the Cape, YD. A 10-2 victory for the Mariners. They look to continue that momentum here today against a Cotuit Kettleers team that's been on the struggle, dropping the last 2 games on their schedule. Both these teams, Luke, haven't played each other in just about a month. No meetings against each other in the month of July, so it's going to be a task that a lot of new players in the system now, some players that haven't gotten to face Cotuit or Harwich yet, and it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment, at least at the beginning, a little bit of a feeling out process, and then guys are going to be ready to go.
I think it's going to be fun, Gino. When you look at a lot of the teams that Harwich has played recently, it feels like we're playing the same team every 3 days. We haven't seen the Kettleers in forever.
Right.
Heck, I almost forgot about these guys. So Harwich has fared well against Cotuit so far this summer, and I think that they're looking to stay the same. This is a massive game for the sake of momentum going into the All-Star break tomorrow.
The previous 2 meetings between these 2 teams, Harwich took both of them, a 5-0 victory against Cotuit and then a 6-0 victory against Cotuit. That was back in June. So month of July, as starting lineups get announced, we'll have that for you momentarily. But Mariners, like we talked about, riding hot after a 10-2 victory on the road against YD yesterday. What kind of stood out to you, Luke, in that game?
Complete domination from start to finish. They scored in the first 4 innings of the game. They had 2 home runs in the first 2 innings. They were up by 5 after the second. Matthew Heiberger's the guy who really stood out to me, though. He went 6 innings in that game, gave up just 2 runs. He was on fire, and I think when Harwich can get a start like that, and you just plate 1 or 2 in the opening 3 frames, we know this ball club and their pitching staff is dominant. It wasn't a great week leading up to now Friday, but I think they've arrived, and Heiberger, the veteran from Alabama, got him on track. Now they're dumping it off to another experienced guy, Olin Johnson, tonight.
Olin Johnson out of UNC. He will be on the rubber today, but you talk about Heiberger's performance yesterday, but also Adam Arthur went through 3 innings of no-hit, no-run baseball, also had 5 strikeouts and gave up just 1 walk. That was the only walk given up by a Mariner pitcher yesterday. So you had 2 arms go through it, didn't have to use too many of them out of the bullpen. So that's a very good sign for the Mariners moving forward. Before that game yesterday, Harwich dropped 5 of their last 6. They try to continue to ride this momentum, as you mentioned, with the All-Star break coming up tomorrow, with the All-Star game, as well as all the festivities starting at around 11 a.m. All right, well, before we get set with opening lineups, we turn our attention to the flag above the scoreboard for our national anthem. All right, Opening pitch just moments away here in Harwich, but before we get there, it's time for the starting lineups for the Cotuit Kettleers. Leading things off, it's Caden Bogenpole, the center fielder. In the two-spot, Camden Johnson, the third baseman. And batting third, Jackson Natilli, the catcher. 4, 5, and 6, Ryan Farber, the second baseman. The All-Star that will take place tomorrow. He will play in tomorrow's All-Star game along with Jackson Natilli, the two lone All-Stars in Cotuit's lineup. Luke Matthews batting in the fifth spot, the shortstop. Dean West batting sixth, the left fielder. And rounding out the order with 7, 8, 9, Nolan Stevens, the right fielder. Tagger Tyson, the first baseman. And Luke Lavin, the catcher. Starting on the mound for the Mariners is Olin Johnson, the rising junior out of UNC. This past year with the Tar Heels, 17 appearances with just 2 starts. Had a 2-1 record through 30 1/3 innings pitched. Also had 20 strikeouts. So this is a guy that not really known to be a starter, Luke, but Steve Angler throws him to the fire today against the Kettleers.
I don't hate it at all, Gino, because the thing that stuck out to me with Johnson this summer is he hasn't had put-away stuff. He's not striking out many batters, just 2 on the Cape so far. So how do you counteract that? You don't let hitters settle into the ballgame and bring him in as a reliever after they're a couple times through the order. They've timed up pitches. Johnson is going to hope to come out, not try and do too much. He has the power, 6'6". You can see him right there. But pitch to contact, has a spectacular defense behind him, and get things started for Harwich.
Well, let's look at that defense behind him. Starting in the outfield, moving from left to right. D. Kennedy, Nico Brini, and Aiden Robbins. Moving to the infield we go. Maddox Maloney in the hot corner with Tanner Marsh on short. Sam DiCarlo at second, and Kyle Wolf on first. Matt Conti is behind the dish. Olin Johnson making his first start on the Cape. His last time on the rubber came back on July 13th against the Bourne Braves. Was the first reliever out of the bullpen for the Mariners. Went just 1 inning of no-hit, no-run baseball. No strikeouts as well, and gave up just 1 walk. Looks to have a lot of command today as he goes up against the Cotuit Kettleers squad that can certainly generate some offense. Been slumping as of late, lost their last 2 games. But, Luke, this is a team that is among the top batting average and run numbers, top 2 in the last 15 days.
They're second in the league in runs, Gino, so they can score. It's about stringing together hits for this lineup. They have guys right around, if not over 300 for average in their lineup. But the reason they're 3 games under 500 is because they haven't had the timely hit, or at least the hits in bunches this summer. They're not a very clutch team now past the midway point, but they're going to go head-to-head with Harwich. And I like what you brought up before the national anthem in the open. These 2 teams haven't seen each other this entire month. So really nothing to expect. No real scouting report in the Cape League. Everyone's really worried about themselves. And I think Harwich is coming in with a little bit more momentum after dominating YD last night.
It is Red Shirt Friday, as you can see out there for the Harwich Mariners in sponsorship with the state lottery here in Massachusetts. You can see Nico Brini out there in center rocking the red jerseys with the cream pants and the blue and red socks. And on the other side, Cotuit rocking the maroon jerseys with the pinstripe white pants. As Caden Bogenpole, the center fielder, will get set for his first offering. What a beautiful day here in Harwich, Luke. I can't say it enough. 75 degrees and the sun not too overpowering out there.
This is as good as it gets. You still get the sun, still feels like it's late afternoon. Look at the clock, it's 6:30, a beautiful night.
First pitch to Bogenpole from the left side, misses upstairs and away. Fastball from Johnson at 92. So we're underway here in Harwich. First pitch at 6:34. 75 degrees. Just a slight breeze blowing in from center field. Caden Bogenpole, rising junior from Missouri State. In his 15th game in a Kettleer jersey this summer, batting a .208 average. Here's the 1-1. Down the middle, strike 2. Olin Johnson looking to have a hot start on the mound today. He's got just 2 strikeouts so far this summer in 4 appearances. He looks back at the Mariner dugout. Stares home. Rocks and fires the 1-2. Misses inside at the shins.
Key for Johnson is going to be staying on attack mode. That's what it was with Heiberger yesterday. Marvelous start. Strikeout numbers weren't high. Not asking it for any different from Johnson.
The 2-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. Olin Johnson nodding his head. He's feeling good out here in Harwich. There's one away in the top of the first.
But if you can blow it right by him with a fastball, then go ahead.
And Bogenpaul's not an easy out either. This past year at Mississippi State, tied the walks record with 55. Tied Dylan Becker, who notched that back in 2015. So expect a very tight matchup between him and whoever's on the mound for Harwich. Here's Camden Johnson from the left side. First pitch, a changeup, a swing and a miss. Johnson, one of the true Iron Men on this Cotuit team, in his 27th game for the Kettleers. The 0-1. Misses low. They say the best ability is availability, and Johnson proves that. Announced his transfer to Oklahoma at the start of this summer from Wichita State. I'm sure his manager Lauren Hibbs for Cotuit not happy about that. Was once the manager at Wichita State a few years ago. Johnson, the third baseman in today's matchup. Second most hits on the team with 27, the 2-1. This is inside. Mariners coming off of a big-time win yesterday against YD, 10-2. Talked about the days off with this weekend coming up. It's the All-Star break. Luke, you talked about trying to have a good momentum into the break. Is the 3-1. This one a bloop shot into right. It's down for a hit. Robbins can't get behind it. It trails back towards the wall. Johnson rounds past second. He's heading for third, and he's there standing. A one-out triple for Camden Johnson, his 5th extra base hit of the summer and his first triple. There's still one away in the top of the first.
Robbins never had it. You could tell. He threw his glove up. He came in on it. A ball that was going to fall no matter what, whether he could locate it or not. But by coming in originally thinking he had a play, then he lost it, tried to shield the sun, and next thing you know, the ball was skipping by him all the way to the wall. I'm more impressed. Did you see Johnson's speed? He was at third base before I could blink.
Johnson third on the team in runs with 15 because of that speed right there. First pitch to Jackson Natilli. A ground ball to second. Sam DiCarlo in his Mariner debut. Gets behind it, throws him out at first, but that scores the first run of the day, and it belongs to the Kettleers.
That's unfortunate for Robbins and the Mariners. One of those plays that you just got to put your body in front of if you can't find it with your glove. Not to say he ever had it with his eyes to be able to put himself in that position, but as the summer continues to progress, Gino, we see these outfielders have problems night in and night out battling the sun with these 6:30 starts.
First pitch to Ryan Farber. Hits the outer edge off the fastball for strike one. Natilli and Farber, the 3 and 4 hitters today for Cotuit. The 2 lone all-stars in this lineup for the Kettleers today. The 0-1. Down the middle with the off-speed.
It was ruled an error on Robbins, so a single and then a fielding error, which allowed Johnson to get to third.
Johnson looks down at his glove, trying to end the top of the first. The 0-2. This one's popped up down the left field line. D. Kennedy charging and makes the catch. D. Kennedy showing off the wheels that time. That's the end of the top of the first. But Cotuit draws first blood. The Kettleers are up 1-0 off of a Camden Johnson score. We'll be back for the bottom of the first right here on Cape League TV.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
The Kettleers draw first blood here in Harwich, 1-0 after Camden Johnson singled, and an error to the right fielder for the Mariners, Aiden Robbins, allowed him to get all the way to third. He was brought home after a ground out to Jackson Natili. So Cotuit up 1-0. We head to the home half of the first. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. The Mariners' batting order today, leading off is Tanner Marsh, the shortstop. In the two-spot, D. Kennedy, the left fielder, followed by Aiden Robbins, the right fielder. 4-5-6, Maddox Maloney, the third baseman. Matt Conti catching. Nico Brini, center field. 7-8-9, Kyle Wolf, first base. Trey Wells, DH. And Sam DiCarlo, second base. Tanner Marsh gets set from the right side. Max Haug on the mound for Cotuit. The right-handed pitcher stands at 6'4", 205 pounds. The rising senior out of George Washington. Had just one start this past year at school. First pitch to Marsh. This one's drilled into left center. Caden Bogan-Paul moving his feet and getting underneath for out number one.
I like to see Marsh aggressive, though. He had a lot of balls hit hard yesterday on the screws. That's his game. Talked about not really finding extra bases. If he does, it's because he's finding a little gap in left or right center and then turning what could be a single for most guys into two. But I watched his batting practice today, Gino, and he's really driving the ball right now, especially the other way. He's swinging a hot bat.
Someone else swinging a hot bat is D. Kennedy. First pitch lets it whistle by off the fastball down the middle for strike one. D. Kennedy coming off of a 2-for-3 performance. Had a run and RBI as well as 2 walks. As the 0-1 misses outside. The defensive lineup for the Kettleers, and left Dean West, and center Caden Bogan-Paul, and at right Nolan Stevens. To the infield, Camden Johnson at third, Luke Matthews at short, Ryan Farber at second, and Tagger Tyson at first. As the 1-1 hits Kennedy right on the lower back, and so he will take his spot on first with one out.
Take what you can get.
The right fielder from Texas,
and you know what that means, another base runner on for this guy right here. It feels like the home run derby at this point every time this guy digs in from the right side.
Didn't get to mention Luke Lavin behind the dish, but you're absolutely right. This top part of the order for the Mariners is stacked. 1 through 4, all All-Stars here on the Cape. You also sprinkle in Kyle Wolf, who's also an All-Star. He's in the 7th spot. First pitch to Robbins, misses inside. Robbins back-to-back home runs in the last 2 games.
A little bit harder to hit a home run at White House Field.
13 hits in his last 11 games. Now has the most homers on the Mariners. 1-0. In there for strike one off the fastball.
The evolution of who Aiden Robbins has become, not just as a player in Harwich this summer, but a character and leader on this team, is something that I've been really impressed with, Gino.
Snap throw back to first, not in time.
I remember when he first got here, yes, he's a returner, he's a stud at school, but he was very passive. He wasn't trying to take over this dugout and act like, I've been here before, I'm going to kind of be in charge of everyone else.
Another throwback to first.
But rather, he settled in. He got off to a tough start. He was quiet, not down, but focused. And now that he's blossoming, he's the first guy here every day. He's always in good spirits, checking in on the other guys. He's a pleasure to be around.
He buckles up for the 1-1. Here it comes. Ground ball to the left side of the infield. Matthews is there, flips it to second. It gets away from Farber. That's going to advance Kennedy to third and Robbins into second. So a throwing error from Luke Matthews at short. That puts two runners in scoring position for the Mariners, and out comes Maddox Maloney.
That's tough. When you look at the second baseman, Farber, paired with the other middle infielder, Matthews, who just made the error, these guys are switching off each position every day. And that can be difficult when it comes to a double play connection. Sure, it's the same two guys starting most of the games in the middle infield, but any ball hit to the hole as a shortstop, the play is right there at second base. You're not going to make it at first to beat Robbins, but that throw's got to be on target, and you certainly can't throw it into right.
First pitch to the righty. Maddox Maloney, one of the top dogs on this team, talked to his teammates here in Harwich, and they all say what a leader he is on and off the field. He's got one of the most, if not the most, consistent swing on the team as well. But he's quickly down 0-2 in this at-bat. Maloney tied for third on the team in RBIs with 9. He's tied with Jake Coonan. He can add to that tally here with two runners in scoring position. Robbins on second, Kennedy on third. Here's the 0-2. Flares it foul.
Maloney's got a battle here. Felt like the second he dug into the batter's box, he was behind, no balls and 2 strikes. This would be the guy that if it was up to me and I could choose a guy with a runner at third and 1 out, I would trust Maloney to put the ball in play and bring the runner in.
The 0-2. Misses low, gets away from Lavin, and here comes Kennedy. He ties things up at 1 apiece in the bottom of the first.
Say it again. Kennedy reached on a curveball that hit him in his back. It was way behind him. Then both runners advanced because of the throwing error from Matthews. If Cotuit's going to give it to Harwich, you got to take it. Mariners still without a hit tonight, but a runner at third and a tie game at 1 apiece.
So a wild pitch. Here's the 1-2. Maloney ropes this one foul. Down the left field line. Look out. The Mariner pitchers jumping out of the way. You can see Gianni Gambardella, Christian Rodriguez amongst the crowd. Rodriguez, the lone pitcher for the Mariners, selected for the All-Star game, so he will be at Yarmouth Dennis tomorrow. Here's the 1-2 to Maloney. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That's that slurve from Haug. A really nice pitch. And when we talked to the Cotuit broadcasters pregame, they said you'll know when he throws it because in a righty-righty matchup, it is going to dive towards the left-handed batter's box, and a really good one strikes out Maloney.
That came in at 77 on the radar gun. Here's Matt Conti from the right side, the catcher for the Mariners, batting in the 5th spot.
But, Gino, that's another situation where the Mariners are just not converting right now. With a runner at third and a no out, that was a 1-out situation. You got to get that runner in.
Right. 1-0, high and tight. Just get it out to the outfield. Bring in that runner. Take the lead early in the first. See Robbins over on third. The 2-0 to Conti. High bouncer down the third base line. Johnson waits, hauls it in, throws across the diamond. It's there for out number 3. So the Mariners leave one just 90 feet away from the plate in Aiden Robbins, but they do tie things up. It's 1-1 heading into the top of the second. We'll be back on the Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
A nice Friday evening here on Cape Cod. 75 degrees, a slight breeze blowing from left to right. In the outfield, you can see the American flag above the scoreboard drifting towards right field. We welcome you back here to Harwich. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Kettleers after the Mariners tied things up at 1 apiece. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. Luke Matthews leading things off, the shortstop, followed by Dean West, the left fielder. He's on deck. And in the hole, Nolan Stevens, the right fielder. First pitch, check swing. And they say he went around. Umpires in this game, Jeff Marzell behind the plate, Mickey Garcia over on first, and Mike Rabideau at third. Olin Johnson on the mound. He kicks and fires the 0-1. Just misses a little low with the fastball. Johnson in his first start here on Cape Cod. Had just 2 starts this past year at North Carolina. The rising junior kicks and deals the 1-1. A swing and a miss on the off speed.
The combination of Heiberger and Arthur last night did wonders for this pitching staff, and especially Steve Englert. They have a ton of fresh arms now after using just 2 last night.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second punch out of the day for Olin Johnson. There's one away in the top of the second.
Just through an inning and a third now, Gino, he's matched his Cape Summer League total of strikeouts. So you can tell that OJ has the strikeout stuff tonight.
Johnson's given up just 1 hit today. That was to Camden Johnson, the second hitter. Johnson scored off of an error, so nothing earned. First pitch to Dean West from the left side.
West is the guy to look out for. Very talented, extremely athletic. He was a menace both defensively and on the bases at UCLA.
Here's the 1-0. Down the middle for strike 1. Johnson really using that fastball of his. Clocking in right around 92, 93. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Dean West, 15 games here on Cape Cod. Batting a .298 average. So he's been an offensive bright spot. So 1-2, he fouls it back. But the one thing that Lauren Hibbs, the manager for Cotuit, loves about West is his commitment. Here's the 1-2. High bouncer down the first base line, foul ball. When West, who's from California, came to Cape Cod at the airport, landed around 1 a.m. Saturday morning, was ready to go for the game that day. Kettleers took down the Braves 6-4. West had a hit in that game. 1-2. We saw that with a Mariner in Trey Wells yesterday. Hopped off a flight from Florida and immediately made an impact for the Mariners. Had a couple of hits as well as an RBI. 1-2. This is low.
And, Gino, I love the fact that, A, he was up to play, but I also think when you look at it, it maybe makes more sense originally up front to say, hey, let's take a day off, let's get a good night's rest in the Cape, move in wherever you're living with a host family, and get comfortable before you play. But at the same time, there's no better way to just dive right in than to do it and see how you do.
Just throw him to the fire as the 2-2 fouled off.
DiCarlo, who's starting at second, he was here yesterday in the dugout for the win at YD. So it was a part of pretty much a party in there because the defense was spectacular. They scored double-digit runs. They beat the best team in the Cape. And now he gets to start at second base. I would say a little bit of pressure on DiCarlo because he's replacing Shintaro Inoue today.
Inoue had a home run yesterday. The 2-2, cold strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Olin Johnson. He's got 3 of them today. And Nolan Stevens up to bat, trying to bring some momentum back in Cotuit's favor. There's 2 away in the top of the second.
I'm already going to say it, Gino, and we haven't seen too much of him. Just coming into tonight, 6 1/3 innings out of Johnson in the Cape this summer. But this is the best he's looked, and it's not premature to say that he hasn't gone very far in any of those appearances.
First pitch to Stevens.
It's that mixing and matching of speeds. He's going to the changeup, the slider running in on now Stevens, who's a left-handed hitter, and then the fastball's really been working. It's not overpowering low 90s.
The 0-1 ricochets in the dirt. Conti with a nice knockdown behind the dish. Nolan Stevens transferring to Oklahoma from Mississippi State. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Stevens went 0 for 4 yesterday with a strikeout. Trying to get back on track. Johnson trying to strike him out, and he got him. Olin Johnson striking out the side. How you doing? As he walks back to the Mariner dugout. 4 punch-outs for the UNC product. You can tell he's feeling himself. We go to the home half of the second right here on Cape League TV.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Olin Johnson, the starting pitcher for the Mariners, making his first start here on Cape Cod, and he has dominated. 4 strikeouts, just 1 hit, 1 run, but wasn't earned. And so the Mariners hope that that defense will translate into some offense. Tie ball game, 1 apiece. We welcome you back here to White House Field, home half of the second. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. 6, 7, 8 due up for Harwich. It's Nico Brini, the center fielder, leading things off. Kyle Wolf on deck, the first baseman. Trey Wells, the DH, in the hole. First pitch. Foul tip from Brini. Max Haug in his second inning of work. Didn't give up a hit in the first inning. D. Kennedy reached off of a hit by pitch. He eventually scored after an error. Here's the 0-1. This is low. Aiden Robbins reached off of a fielder's choice and then got to second off the error to the shortstop Luke Matthews. Here's the 1-1. This is outside. Kennedy scored off of a wild pitch, so Robbins was left stranded on third. That's how we sit at tied apiece, heading into the bottom of the second. Here's the 2-1. Lined up the middle and down for a hit. Nico Brini with a leadoff single in the bottom of the second.
Another Mariner who's really driving the baseball right now. It's rare to see Brini really get ahead in counts as of late while he's been on this hit streak, and that's just simply because of how aggressive he's been. And that at-bat, he swung at the first offering, but then took 2 pitches away, knew he was going to get something to hit. Hogg gave him a center-cut fastball, and Brini ropes one up the middle. He's swinging a hot bat. Now look out for him to not stay at first base.
Brini with 4 stolen bags this summer. Here's Kyle Wolf from the right side. Brini immediately takes off for second, and the ball gets away from Lavin, and Brini into second, diving head first.
I love when the Mariners run on the first pitch. That was something that I feel like they haven't done since the first month of this summer, Gino. We had just a private conversation talking about the team, and we've noticed that they haven't been as aggressive as they once were previously this summer on the bases. So for Brini to get a jump like that and now get into scoring position, well done.
The 1-0 to Wolf. A dribbler foul. It also doesn't help that Bristol Carter has missed the last few games for the Mariners, and the Auburn Tiger leads the Cape League in stolen bags with 15.
We haven't seen Trey Broussard too much.
Right.
I mean, he had a couple hits the other night, but was pulled about the midway point of the game.
The 1-1. Blasted in foul territory, and it dips out of play down the right field line. But going back to Nico Brini, this is someone that started the season off really hot, then slumped, and is right back to where he was at the start of the year. Yesterday went 0 for 4 with a walk, but before that, his last 4 games, he was batting a .294 with 5 hits. A 1-2, a wave and a whiff from Kyle Wolf, and Max Haug strikes him out. Second punch out of the day for him.
The designated hitter from Rutgers, number 23.
It's a tough start right now for Harwich with runners in scoring position. Nobody out. Brini takes second on the first pitch. That should really free up Wolf, especially the first pitch was a ball inside. So he was ahead 1-0, looking to put that one in play, maybe a ground ball to the right side. Rare to see him strike out.
Here's the first pitch to Trey Wells. He pops this one up into shallow center. Bogenpaul moving straight ahead. He hauls it in. Brini thought about going to third. That's why the throw came to Luke Matthews at short. Brini stays put on second, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning.
Second baseman from Washington, number 14, Sam DiCarlo.
Here's Sam DiCarlo making his Mariner debut. The rising senior from Washington. Talked to him before the game. He's excited to be here. Said he's ready to go. From Signal Hill, California. Throw back to second. Brini back diving with his right hand first. He's safe.
So you had Brini on second with nobody out. You couldn't advance him. Not that there's any pressure, but a spot now, it's up to DiCarlo. It's going to take a hit to bring in Brini. Any hit to the outfield will score the speedster on your screen right there.
First pitch to the second baseman. In there for strike one off the 91 fastball. DiCarlo this past year with the Huskies. Played and started in 57 games. Batted a .285 average. He's got Brini on second with 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Line down the right field line. Foul. That would have easily brought in Brini and would have given the Mariners the lead.
Carlos now behind 0-2. Choke up a little bit, protect. make Haug work for this final out of the second.
DiCarlo batting in the 9 spot today. A narrow stance in the box. Here's the 0-2. Fouls it straight back. Haug trying to put him away with the fastball that time, 91. It's got to be tough for these players, too. When a lot of these guys have 20-plus games under their belts this summer, to get thrown right into the fire and have to be ready to go. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Line down the third baseline. Fair ball. Nico Brini rounds past third, and DiCarlo dives into second. He's there. The Mariners take a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the second, courtesy of an RBI double from Sam DiCarlo. Welcome to Harwich.
How about that? Way to introduce yourself to the team. I can't wait to see the reaction when he goes back into the dugout, especially from the guys above him in the order. Could have got Brini over to third, maybe a sacrifice situation to take the lead, but DiCarlo says, nope, I'll do it on my own in the 9th position in this lineup. 1 for 1 as a Mariner, an extra base hit, and more importantly, an RBI.
You got to think that fires up the rest of this Mariner team. You talked about it, Luke. First pitch to Tanner Marsh as the order turns over. This one skied to right. Stevens over to his left, makes the head-high grab for out number 3. Sam DiCarlo with a big-time knock. Still early in this game, but in his first at-bat, an RBI double that brought home Brini, gives the Mariners a 2-1 lead as we head to the top of the third. We'll be back on Cape League TV.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning. Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local...
Welcome back to Harwich. Before we start the third inning, just a reminder that the Harwich Fund is a permanent local endowment funded by supportive residents and businesses. Since 2021, we've delivered over $85,000 in grants, helping exclusively Harwich programs benefiting town families, children, and seniors. This year, our Mariner Games business sponsors, Shaw Star Markets, Harry Ellis Builders, and My Generation Energy will pledge $500 to the Harwich Fund for every Mariner homer at White House Field. 8-9-1 due up for the Kettleers to start the third inning. First pitch to Taggart Tyson is fouled at the plate. Johnson gets ahead 0-1. Olin off to the best appearance of his young summer, his first start of the summer. Came in pitching over 6 innings so far, Gino, but he's had the strikeout stuff working. He struck out the side in the second. 0-1. Fly ball down the right field line, that's foul. So quickly ahead of Tyson, no balls and 2 strikes.
And it starts with the first batter face, right? Caden Pogenpaul back in the first, strikes him out. I mean, that gives so much confidence to yourself as a pitcher. It's your first start on the Cape, and you strike out the first batter you face. That just sets up the rest of your performance out there on the mound.
The 0-2. Jam shot, foul once again down the right field line. This is Tyson's just 7th at-bat of the summer on the Cape. Hitting in the bottom of the Kettleers lineup. They come into tonight 3 games under 500. Narrowly, just the last spot in the West Division of the Cape. Johnson stays ahead 0-2. Winds and fires. The 2-strike pitch. Fly ball left field. Kennedy charging, and he makes the play. Right off the contact and off the bat, Kennedy came in a little bit, and then he decided to run more towards left center field, but able to make up for the bad first jump, if you will, for the first out of the third.
First starts in left for Kennedy. Started in left yesterday and today. Usually the third baseman for the Mariners, but showing off that speed, that's why he can play back there.
Johnson stays in his rhythm, 1 out. In the top of the third, brings up Luke Lavin, first offering. A little bit off the outside corner, 1-0. What have you seen tonight from Johnson that's led to these strikeouts?
I think just the confidence, right? He's going back to the fastball multiple times. It's clocking in around 92, 93, and it's been paying off for him.
1-0. Lavin thought about it, stayed away from the fastball in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. You can tell that he's really confident Johnson is in the fastball because his first inning, the fastball is right around 90, 91. That one came in at 94. The fastest pitch of the night here at White House Field. 2-0. Swinging a foul towards the Mariner dugout. 2 balls and 1 strike to the 9th hitter in the Kettleers lineup.
You know, you got to give credit because after Harwich gave up 13 to Wareham a few days ago, we noticed a meeting that took place with the pitchers after the game.
2-1 misses.
And the conversation was essentially on the lines of, we got to make sure that we're having command out there and we're throwing strikes. And the last 2 games for the Mariners so far in today's game, it's been quite dominant.
The 3-1 is a foul straight back, so the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, just 1 out in the top of the third. The Mariners lead by 1. Harwich just 2 hits, and Johnson has held the Kettleers to just 1 hit. The lone run is not earned on the right-hander for the Mariners. He gets set for the payoff pitch. Looks in and heads home. The 3-2 struck him out. 95 with the fastball right on the inside corner. That's his 5th strikeout of the night.
There it is, the fastball we were talking about. Just continuing to go back to it, and it's been working for him. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Unbelievable. Olin Johnson is feeling himself tonight. Quickly 2 down in the top of the third. The lineup turns over. Here's Caden Bogenpole. First offering. In there, strike 1. Mixing and matching, even going to the changeup is what that was on the first pitch. Drips right into the strike zone. He's ahead. Johnson working quickly. The 0-1. Check swing. Bogenpole stayed away. That evens the count. 5 strikeouts. Johnson pitched 6 in a third coming into tonight on the Cape. Has only struck out 2. The 1-1. Little bit in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bogenpole, just a rising junior at Missouri State. Has struggled a little bit this summer, right around 200 for average, trying to get things going. Here's the 2-1 offering. Softly hit fly ball down the left field line. That trickles foul, so 2-2 the count. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the third. Just a spectacular night at White House Field. Where else would you want to be on Friday in Harwich? Crowd still flooding in here, and Johnson putting on a clinic. The 2-strike pitch. Bouncing ball towards short. Marsh charges, gloves it, sidearm throw. Got him. 3 up, 3 down. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Johnson. He's dealing tonight. The Mariners lead by 1. They're due up in the home half. We'll be back on Cape League TV.
Offering 0% for 60 months on Cat's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left. there's a 0 chance that you'll want to miss our 0% for 72 months offer. For a limited time, CAT is offering 0% on the purchase of many new small excavators. That's 0% for better performance, 0% for next generation features.
Great machine. It's quite impressive.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton CAT before there's 0 time left. One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust, with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
Can we get it? Welcome back to White House Field. The Mariners lead by 1. Harwich has 2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom of the third. That's Kennedy, Robbins, and Maloney. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. We welcome you into White House Field on a gorgeous Friday night in Harwich. The starter for Cotuit, Max Haug, stays out on the rubber, giving up 2 runs and just 2 hits. Kennedy was hit by a pitch and scored his first plate appearance. First pitch, a strike on the inside corner. Haug gets ahead 0-1. The trio due up for the Mariners in the third, all All-Stars tomorrow at YD. The 0-1, swing and a miss. A beauty of a slider low and away had Kennedy reaching 0-2. Kennedy digs back in a righty-righty matchup looking to protect. Haug set from the stretch. He kicks and deals. The 2-strike pitch, got him on the outside corner. Kennedy knew it. A 91-mile-an-hour fastball, 1 down in the bottom of the third.
The right fielder from Texas, number 24.
These are the type of games that everybody loves, the pitching duels. And so far, Haug and Johnson have been going at it.
Harwich up by 1. That's just the first out of the inning. Aiden Robbins up for the second time today. Robbins swinging the hottest bat maybe on the Cape right now. He was the Cod Ball Player of the Day yesterday. First pitch inside with the changeup, 1-0.
Cod Ball can find their stuff on Twitter, posting weekly updates, but every day they come up with a Cod Ball Player of the Day.
1-0, swing and a miss. That evens the count at 1-1. Robbins had 3 hits at Red Wilson Field against YD last night. The most notable, a 2-run homer in the top of the first inning. The Mariners never looked back after that. Here's the 1-1. Bouncing ball down the third base line, that's foul, 1-2.
I talked to Robbins before the game, and I said, you know, how excited are you to be Cod Ball Player of the Day? And he was thrilled. He was excited.
I mean, in a 10-team league,
right?
That award is extremely competitive.
Yeah.
Haug ahead 1-2. He gets set. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That slider is as good as advertised for Max Haug. He struck out the first 2 in the bottom of the third. That's now 4 strikeouts for Haug. You talked about the pitching duel tonight. Johnson and Haug going blow for blow right now in the strikeout column. The Mariners lead by 1, 2 out, nobody on for Maddox Maloney.
The funny thing is, Luke, both these pitchers aren't really designated starters.
That's a good point. And as we get deeper in the summer, the turnover is just naturally happening. If you're still around, you better be ready to pitch in the 12th inning or the first inning. 0-1 the count to Maloney. He struck out his first plate appearance. Popped him up. Infield fly. First baseman Tyson in foul territory calls everybody off and makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for both squads in the third. Harwich up by 1. We head to the fourth on Cape League TV.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player. You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
We're through 3. Mariners up 2-1 over Cotuit at White House Field. Welcome into Cape League TV. Alongside my partner Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman.
Leading off for the Kettleers,
Harwich off to a nice start. Has been a pitching duel, although 3 combined runs. All kinds of strikeouts. That man that's about to be on your screen, Olin Johnson, the starter for the Mariners. He's up to 5 strikeouts, and we're starting the top of the 4th. The batter's Camden Johnson. He has the only hit today for Cotuit. First pitch, up and away, 1-0. Gino, the All-Star break starts tomorrow. The Mariners will be playing, but you and I will be off a little bit, Saturday, Sunday. A hard worker like yourself, what are you going to do with a rare off day?
Would you be mad if I said I'm going to go to the All-Star game?
I wouldn't be surprised. Fastball away, 2-0.
I might go for a little bit. You got to root some of the Mariners on. Got a large amount, 7 total.
2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff man in the 4th. Johnson finds the outside corner with a fastball, 2-1.
Heard there's going to be a lot of people there, though. I'm excited.
That's a big game. It's on Nesson, the broadcast.
Also
there's going to be a
TV
truck there, so all kinds of broadcasts, media, scouts will be there, the 2-1. Hard hit liner foul the other direction, 2-2. So you are going to go. You didn't answer my question. You said maybe.
I'm going to go for a little bit. Yeah, I'll go for the game. Check it out. Watch some of the guys go.
I think I'm right there with you.
I'm
looking forward to the home run contest.
Okay. Well, we know Yarmouth Dennis has the wall brought in a little bit.
I think you could hit a home run there.
Yeah, if you're pitching to me.
2-2 pitch. Johnson just caught a piece of that one. He stays alive.
So you're going to go to the game tomorrow as well?
I think so.
Okay.
And what about Sunday? That's a true off day. You don't have a work excuse for me this time.
So some friends and I that are on Cape Cod for the summer, we're now getting into movie nights. So we're gonna pick a couple of movies every once in a while and watch some movies. We watched The Prestige yesterday, a Nolan film.
Another 2-2. Bouncing ball right side of the infield. That's through into right. Johnson's 2 for 2 to start. He's been the only Kettleer getting to Olin Johnson. 1 on with nobody out for Jackson Natilli.
Hitter from Cincinnati, number 29, Jack
Johnson
Natilli.
on Johnson.
So what kind of friend group, when you're in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, it's going to be 80 and sunny tomorrow and then 80 on Sunday, is watching movies together?
No, this is like a night activity. This is like before we go to bed, just trying to unwind a little bit and watch some films that I never got to watch before.
Natilli the batter, 1 on, nobody out. First offering. Bouncing ball left side, this could be 2. Maloney to second for 1, over to first, that's easy. 5, 4, 3, Harwich turns 2, just like that. Johnson stays in his rhythm, 2 down in the 4th.
It's like clockwork for the Mariners. Among the best at turning 2.
The second baseman
in the
from
top
Texas
4.
State, number 33,
Maloney is the
Ryan
trigger man.
Barber.
He's just fun to watch, but that's the first time we've seen Sam DiCarlo in that relay situation over at second base, and he looks pretty smooth too.
Looks like he's been here all summer long.
So now nobody on, 2 outs for Ryan Farber. First pitch right there at the bottom of the strike zone. 0-1.
You know what movie you should watch, Luke? Cars. You've never seen that movie. The
I don't
Disney
watch
film.
movies, Gino.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Truly is. The 0-1. On the upper inside corner, Johnson smiling now. He licks his fingers. He's feeling it. He's tasting it. 0-2, 2 outs. Johnson trying to get through 4. Giving up 1 run. It's not earned. Working quick. The 2-strike pitch. Low and away, 1-2.
It's always good to see your pitcher showing some emotion, right? And it's good emotion. You're smiling. You're loose. You never want to see your pitcher up there, and it looks like they're just trying to get through it.
He can smell his 6th strikeout. Liner up the middle. That's through. A 2-out knock for Ryan Farber keeps the top of the 4th alive.
And that's why Farber's an all-star right there. Just continuing to fight, not going down easy.
State, number 6, Luke Matthews.
Just a nice piece of hitting there, right up the middle.
That'll give Luke Matthews an opportunity here with 1 on and 2 out in the 4th. Harwich still up 2-1. They got 6 innings out of the starter Heiberger last night. Olin Johnson so far is looking like he's well on his way into 5 if he can get Matthews out. A righty-righty matchup. Matthews struck out his first time up. First pitch in the dirt. Conti keeps it in front. He throws down to second. Not in time. Camden Johnson, or excuse me, that's Ryan Farber, advances to second on the wild pitch. So now a runner in scoring position, and yes, Johnson has had strikeout stuff, but the Mariners' offense not doing too much. Sure, they have 2 runs, but a very tight ball game here in the early innings. A base knock could tie this thing up. 1-0 the count to Matthews. The pitch. Just missed inside, 2-0.
I thought that was there.
Infield playing standard depth to the right-handed hitting Matthews. He plays collegiately at Kent State. Johnson behind 2-0, trying to find the zone. He misses down with the heater, 3-0. On deck is Dean West. Farber at second base after following up the Natilli double play with a nice 2-strike base knock, then advanced himself into scoring position with solid base running on a wild pitch. Johnson steps off. The pitch clock was at 1 second. That'll reset it. And they call a balk on Olin Johnson. So Farber will be awarded third base. After that double play, Gino, it looked like this was going to be a pretty straightforward inning. And
yeah.
Not that it still can't be, but certainly dragging out a little bit here, and a base runner for Cotuit 90 feet away from tying this sucker up. 3-0 the count to Matthews. The pitch in there, 3-1.
Nice pitch from Johnson there. Just the fastball down the middle, all reliable.
Johnson working from the stretch still, even though the runner's just at third. Here's the 3-1. Down and away, ball 4. That's just the first walk of the night from Olin Johnson. It puts Matthews at first. Farber stays at third. 2 outs, runners on the corners for Dean West.
Dean West.
And we've seen the Mariners the last few games, I don't want to say play with their food, but they get to 2 outs, and then all of a sudden it's the opposing team starts getting a little bit of momentum on offense. I mean, you got to slam the door when you have the opportunity to do so.
That's been the key. 2 outs, but especially 2 strike situations. Throughout that losing skid dating back to last weekend, it felt like Harwich pitchers, like they've done all summer with the #1 ERA in the Cape, a 3.43. They could get to 2 strikes. They were putting guys away the first 3-4 weeks, and now they're dealing with a little more difficulty. Not so much Johnson tonight. The strikeouts have been the thing that has been tip-top for OJ, but now Hunter Dilworth will go out there, try and talk to the defense. Just focus on the batter here. You struck out Dean West your first time. This is the part of the order that he struck out the side in the second inning. If he can just execute, whether it's one pitch, he can put in play and get the third out of the inning, the Mariners will keep the lead in just the 4th. Looks like we're just minutes away from the sun disappearing and not becoming a problem for Harwich outfielders. A righty-lefty matchup with West. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Harwich up by 1. First offering. Outside with the fastball, 1-0.
I mean, poor Brini out in center. He's got his glove up to his face to try and see home plate. That sun is setting right over the third base line, that left field line, right into his vision.
The only Mariner in the sun. The 1-0 inside. A nice catch from Conti to keep the Mariners in front. The count now goes to 2-0. Talked about this pregame in the open. With Johnson, it's about finishing the deal, shutting the door. And after losing Matthews, a tough 2-0 start to this at-bat with Dean West. 2-0. Right there on the inner part of the strike zone, 2-1.
Matthews over on first. He's got a pair of stolen bags this summer.
2-1 pitch. Fly ball, right center field. Aiden Robbins tracking, and he's there. Johnson able to strand 2, shakes his head a couple times in frustration for putting himself in that 2-out situation, but no damage is done. Harwich keeps the lead through 3.5. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th on Cape League TV.
Hero of the game. Each week we recognize a deserving military member or first responder for their exceptional service and dedication. Tonight, we are proud to honor Amir Shahich. Amir attended Stanford University on an Army ROTC scholarship and attained the honor of a distinguished military graduate. He was commissioned as an active duty Army officer in 2006 and serves
We'll
as the
stay
military
here for
intelligence
the
officer
Red
in both
Shirt
the 3rd
Friday
Infantry
promotion
Division and
in
75th
Harwich.
Ranger
This
Regiment.
season, we will continue
He
to
deployed
honor
to
our
both
military
Iraq
and first responder
Afghanistan.
heroes
Amir
each
also
Friday
served
night
in the
home
Georgia
games
National
as a
Guard
part
while
of the
attending
Mass
University
State
of
Lottery
Georgia.
Hero of the Game.
To show our
Tonight, we are
gratitude,
proud to
Amir will
honor
receive a
Amir
team-signed baseball with a
Sahich.
special
Amir
thank
attended
you for your
Stanford
service
University
message.
on an Army
Please join us in
ROTC
applauding
scholarship
Amir
and attained the honor
as
of a
Christian Rodriguez
distinguished
presents
military
this token of our
graduate.
appreciation.
He was commissioned as an active duty Army officer in 2006 and served as a military intelligence officer in both the 3rd Infantry Division and the 75th Ranger Regiment. He deployed
Let's
to
give a
both
big round of
Iraq
applause for
and
tonight's Mass State
Afghanistan.
Lottery Hero
Amir
of the game,
also
Amir
served in the Georgia
Shahich.
National Guard while
Thank
attending
you
the
for your
University of
service
Georgia.
and dedication
A
to our
wonderful
country.
round
Don't
of
forget to
applause
check
for
our
our
social
hero
media
of
channels
the
tonight
game.
for more about
We'll be
our
back for
hero
the bottom of the 4th
game.
on Cape
Thank
League
you, Mass
TV.
State Lottery, for helping.
Back here in Harwich, the Mariners up 2-1 over Cotuit. They have 4, 5, and 6 and 7 due up in their lineup. Conti digs in for the second time tonight. He's 0 for 1. First offering, driven into dead center field. Going back is Bogenpole. A few steps shy of the track, he makes the catch. Out number 1. Conti on a hitting streak as of late. Another ball that is just crushed, Gino.
The center fielder
Yeah, and
from
he's certainly got
Wofford,
some
number
power.
4,
He's one of the
Nico
leaders on the team in
Brini.
doubles. And he could have easily gotten a little bit more pop on that ball. Loud contact, but that dead center here in Harwich, 400, that's a pretty big shot.
Here's Nico Brini. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch, Brini shows bunt, pulls it away. The fastball was low, 1-0. Nico singled to lead off the second inning and then scored on the Sam DiCarlo RBI double that put the Mariners on top 2-1. That's where we stand. The 1-0. Up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Gino, we got to give you credit. You may have willed Nico Brini into this streak that A, he's become an everyday player, and B, he's doing a lot with it.
I don't want to take any of the credit.
2-0. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes.
But I just knew the talent that Brini possesses, and you talk to him at any point, whether it's before the game, after the game, his mindset stays the same. It's not like he changes based on how he does.
3-0. Lands in the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. He's been such an aggressive hitter, but now in his second at-bat tonight, he's ahead against the starter, Max Haug. See what he does with the 3-1. That hits the lower edge with the fastball, 3-2. Brini thought it was ball 4, was ready to take first base. He'll dig back in for a payoff pitch. Haug now into the 4th inning of this ball game, giving up just 2 hits and 2 runs. Payoff pitch. Smacked into center. Bogenpole came in, now he comes out and makes the head-high catch. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th.
Brini just makes contact, man. I mean, he hardly ever goes down off the strikeout. I mean, his strikeout numbers were under 20 this past year at Wofford. That little bit of slump he went through in the middle part of the summer, yes, he struck out a few times, but this is a guy that always makes contact.
2 outs, nobody on for Kyle Wolf. 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. Wolf, another Mariner All-Star. First offering. Low and away, 1-0. Talked to Kyle pregame, and I said, you looking forward to tomorrow? He said, yeah, it's kind of tough because all the guys in the dugout are talking about what they're doing with their off day. And he said tomorrow, for a scouting perspective and a individual reason, is maybe the biggest day of the summer. 1-0 is a fly ball, dead center field. Charging in hard is Bogenpole. He slides and made the catch. Caden Bogenpole, a dandy in center to end the 4th. All 3 outs in the bottom of the 4th went to that guy right there. Another look at this one. That's smooth. Harwich up by 1. We head to inning number 5 on Cape League TV.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player. You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight.
The sun setting here at White House Field on what was a beautiful evening. 75 degrees and sunny. But I'm sure Nico Brini out in center won't mind the sun going away. He was getting blinded all game long. He had his glove up to his face for pretty much the entire game. Sun setting along that left field line. 7-8-9, 2 up for the Kettleers in the top of the 5th. Here's Nolan Stevens from the left side. First pitch clips the inner edge for strike 1. Olin Johnson on the mound in his 5th inning of work. He's given up 3 hits, but his strikeout numbers where it's at. Here's the 0-1. Just misses a little low. Johnson up to 5 punch-outs heading into today. Had 4 appearances on the mound, just 2 total strikeouts. 1-1. A tapper down the third base line. Maloney charges, fields it at the grass, throws to first. There. Just like that, 1 retired in the top of the 5th. Here's Tagger Tyson.
Maloney has an unbelievable baseball IQ. That's a play that's going to be tough to make the entire time. but you can tell that Maddox is able to A, field the ball, but B, while watching how quickly Stevens is getting up the line, whether that's preparation pregame, knowing just how quick every runner is, because that looked like a ball off the bat that he was going to have to barehand. But Maloney didn't have to, so he took his time and delivered an accurate throw.
First pitch to the righty, Tyson. He fouls it straight back. Tyson spent this past year at Louisville, transferring to Kentucky. Funny story about Tyson's teammate Jack Brown, who's a pitcher for the Bourne Braves. So you can see some action in the bullpen for the Mariners. Here's the 0-1. High bouncer, foul, third base side. Tyson, his teammate Jack Brown, pitcher for the Braves, drove all the way to Cape Cod from Fishers, Indiana. That's 15-and-a-half-hour drive without any GPS and only used maps and a compass. Here's the 0-2. Skied into shallow center. Tanner Marsh, the shortstop, calling everybody off, and he makes the head-high grab. Him and Brini were battling out that fly ball. But Marsh gets the credit.
From Stanford,
that's an awkward interaction, but it's kind of funny because in the outfield, most managers say that the center fielder has the jurisdiction. When he calls you off, that means more. But in the infield, it's the shortstop who's kind of the quarterback.
Right.
And right there was Marsh and Brini. They were both calling for it, and they both went for it.
First pitch to Lavin. In there for strike one.
It's one of those things that you can laugh off when someone actually catches it.
Right.
But if you bobble heads and you drop it, then everybody's all ticked off at one another, and you look kind of funny.
Here's the 0-1. Ground ball to second. DeCarlo shuffles to his left and throws him out at first. 1-2-3 frame for the Mariners. They're still in the driver's seat, up 2-1. We head to the home half of the fifth, right here on Cape League TV.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financing journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
We welcome you back here to Harwich at White House Field. Time now for the home half of the fifth. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. 8-9-1 due up for the Mariners. Trying to add to this 2-1 lead over the Kettleers, who are on a two-game losing skid. Trey Wells leading things off. The DH made his Mariner debut yesterday, and boy, did he not disappoint. 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI. The 6'5" transfer to Rutgers, digs in from the right side. Max Haug fires the first pitch. Skied foul. Haug in his 5th inning of work. He's given up just 2 hits on the day, but a pair of runs. He stares down Wells. 0-1. Ground ball, third base side, foul. A pitching duel here in Harwich between Haug and Johnson. Johnson making his first start here on Cape Cod. Haugen just his second start. Here's the 0-2. Hard ground ball this time, fair down the third base line. Johnson's there and throws him out at first.
Trey Wells has seen 4 pitches tonight in 2 total at-bats and has swung the bat
The second
4
baseman
times.
from Washington, number 14, Sam.
He's aggressive,
DiCarlo.
ready to go.
I saw him pregame, and he said, "You ready to go?" And I said, "I think the question is, are you ready to go?" I mean, I appreciate it, and he's just that dialed in. He's a good guy to be around. You enjoy and respect the competitors in summer leagues.
Someone else who's ready to go is this man right here, DiCarlo, in his Mariner debut. Fouls this one over the Cotuit dugout. But that's funny. We talked to Wells after his debut yesterday, and you got the sense that, yeah, this is someone who is dialed in all the time. He said immediately upon getting to the airport from Florida, Steve Englert said, "Would you like to take the day off and just kind of relax?" He said, "No, I'm ready to go now." So 0-1 fouled off, but a competitor at heart.
And you say summer ball, and people assume it's okay to be relaxed. It's okay to maybe take a day off or a playoff. But at the end of the day, you got to think of the thousands of collegiate baseball players out there that are dying at home for an opportunity to play in a league like this one.
The 0-2. This one is drilled out towards dead center. Bogenpaul not having to move much. Makes the head-high grab for out number 3. Man, Bogenpaul has been busy tonight. Last 2 frames, he's got 4 flyouts. And there's 2 away in the bottom of the 5th.
Gino, this is just one of those games that you can tell, although Harwich is a little bit comfortable right now because you look at the scoreboard and you have a lead, 1 inning, and it doesn't have to be a big inning, can A, flip this game for Cotuit, or on the alternative, extend a lead for Harwich and really put them in a driver's seat to play some defense and hold on.
Tanner Marsh from the right side as the order turns over for the Mariners. Marsh today, 2 flyouts, but he's an on-base warrior. A .419 on-base percentage, that's second best on the team. That's why he's the 1-spot hitter for the Mariners. Last couple of games with Trey Broussard out. Pitch. Ground ball to second. Farber, the routine play, throws him out at first. And a 3-up, 3-down frame concludes the bottom of the 5th. Mariners still up 2-1. We'll be back on Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities.
Doran.
We welcome you back here to White House Field. Time for the top of the 6. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antmarino. New man on the mound, as you can see right there, it's Scott Doran. out of Coastal Carolina. He relieves Olin Johnson, who started today for the Mariners. First start for the UNC product here on the Cape, and he did pretty well. Went 5 innings, gave up just 3 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Doran trying to keep up that defensive and pitching momentum. He goes against the top of the order for the Kettleers, trying to hang on to a 2-1 lead for the Mariners. And leading things off is Caden Bogenpaul.
Leading off for the Kettleers, the center fielder from Missouri State, number 19.
Doran in his 3rd appearance on the mound this summer, a 6.23 ERA. He's gone for a total of 4 1/3. Right-hander stares down the lefty. First pitch to Bogenpaul. Down the middle for strike 1.
The question for this team, Gino, was as the bats decided to wake up and the Mariners were losing ball games, was the pitching going to go back to normal? And the last 2 starts from Mariners have been excellent.
The 0-1. Just misses upstairs. Matthew Heiberger got the start yesterday against the YD Red Sox, the team that was atop the Cape. Went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, but just 2 earned runs, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. 1-1. Flips the inner edge. Doran trying to record his first strikeout here today. He's got 4 on the summer. Toes the rubber. Bogenpaul 0 for 2 today, trying to avoid that fate. Doran kicks and fires a 1-2. This one's flared foul. But it just seems, Luke, you talked about the starting pitching for the Mariners and how that's given the Mariners the momentum to win these games. I mean, that's their bread and butter. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Just misses high, a breaking ball.
On the same note, you can't win every game just holding the opponent to 2, 3, even 4 or 5 runs. Your offense has to win you some ball games. Got to be able to win a shootout. And tonight, they need more offensive support.
The 2-2. Chopped down the first base line and foul.
Harwich is still in the bottom 2 teams in the Cape in runs scored on the Cape. So the number 1 with the lowest earned run average as a staff is great. But they're still only a game over 500 right now, and that's a solid record. They're in the playoff race. They're right there where they want to be. But the next step for this final stretch of the season is combining it all together, making a run at a top seed, making the postseason, and playing your best baseball at the times where it matters the most.
A 2-2. Broken bat, and this one is pulled foul. First base side.
That was one of the cleanest breaks I've seen, Gino. I mean, look at that. That bat is fully intact outside of just the handle.
Handing it off to one of the ball boys for Cotuit. This wooden bat's got to be careful. So Bogenpaul back to get a new one from the dugout. But the Mariners pitching, you talked about it, it's still top of the Cape in ERA. But it doesn't help when you lose some of the top guys, right? You lost Dempsey and McCoy earlier in the summer. You just lost Freddie Rodriguez. So who's going to fill those shoes? Here's a 2-2. Bouncer to second. DeCarlo's on it and throws him out at first. 1 up, 1 down, top of the 6th. Out comes Camden Johnson.
Doran had a lot of long at-bats when he went inning and 2/3 against Brewster, gave up 3 runs. But those runs came because he walked 4 batters. So in a long at-bat there to a solid contact hitter in Bogenpaul, who was going to make him work the whole way, he continued to stay aggressive, threw a bunch of strikes, fought through a broken bat, and then went back to the strike zone, which led to the ground out.
Johnson today, 2 hits as well as a run. First pitch, curveball.
2 of the 3 Cotuit hits. This has been really the only bright spot for Cotuit offensively.
Camden Johnson had Olin Johnson's number. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss.
That's a beauty of a changeup, diving to the arm side away from the left-handed hitter. Right-hander Doran might go right back to that in an 0-2 count.
Doran readies the glove at the belt, trying to put away Johnson. Here's the 0-2. Soft ground ball to short. Marsh charges, whips it to first. He's not there. Johnson beats out the throw. And with 1 out, a base runner for the Kettleers.
That was as good as Tanner Marsh could have done it. Came in quickly. Almost no-looked it, trying to get that transition with speed. And sometimes you just got to tip your cap to a really good base runner and a fast runner in Camden Johnson. He's 3 for 3 tonight, Gino.
Keep an eye out on Johnson on the base path. He's got 12 stolen bags. That leads the team. Jackson Natilli from the right side. That wide stance. Runner goes from first, swing and a miss. Conti, no throw down to second. Johnson's in there diving. So right on cue. Johnson adds to that stolen bag number this summer. Natilli 0 for 2 on the day. Did bring home the first run of the day. Here's the 0-1. Ricochets off of Conti's mask. That sends Johnson to third. Ball all the way towards the third base cage that separates the bleachers from the field. Not sure if that ball just ricocheted off of Natilli's body part or bat, but it looked like Conti just couldn't get a read on it.
A really high curveball is what it was, and I think for Conti, not that he was lazy with it, but he just thought he had it. With the pitch coming in below 80 miles an hour, it just didn't get to his glove when he thought it did. He shut it, hit right off the glove, and that's a massive 90 feet that Johnson advances.
The 1-1. Bouncer to third. Maloney gloves it, and in a relay, he tags out Johnson. Maddox Maloney, the Oregon Duck, playing some duck, duck, goose there. Tags out Johnson, and there's 2 outs with Natilli safe on first.
Extremely solid baseball IQ and great effort from Maloney. The runner Johnson was so close to the plate by the time that it looked like Maloney was going to throw it home that he would have scored if he dove, so Maloney just dove right at him. How about that call from you, though, Gino? Duck, duck, goose. Is that an everyday game of yours?
I try to do it once in a while. It's good for cardio. First pitch to Farber. Flares this one foul. Duck, duck, goose. That was a game. I don't know, to be honest with you, why that came to mind. I think it was just the Oregon Duck, but, you know, not like I play that game
Do you
anymore.
think if we played a Harwich Mariner intern duck, duck, goose game, who would come out on top of that?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think Dave Roberts, our producer, he's got some wheels on him. Here's the 0-1. Misses high. Especially if you give Dave, if you hold a hot dog in front of him, Dave's moving. All love for our producer, Dave Roberts, and all love for Dave for those hot dogs. Rightfully so. Those are some good hot dogs here around the Cape. Here's the 1-1. Misses outside, gets away from Conti. Natilli takes off for second. The throw gets past Marsh. There to back it up is DiCarlo.
Conti's been on a hot streak. He didn't catch yesterday, but he was the designated hitter because his bat has done such a good job that you can't leave him out of the lineup. But I think with playing every day in this catching position tonight, you can tell he's starting to get a little bit tired and laying some of these balls in the dirt. He just stuck his glove out there, tried to pick it. When that doesn't happen, it's going to get by you.
The 1-1 to Farber. Skips in the dirt. This time Conti with a nice knockdown there.
There's a good block right there. He was ready for that when he looks at this dugout and says, come on, I'm right back in this game. Maybe a little bit frustrated with these pitch calls, too, because they're all low. and it's making his job very difficult.
Farber with the single today. The 3-1. Bopped him up in foul territory, and over the Mariner dugout it goes.
If Doran is going to stick around here on the Cape and excel with the stuff that we know he has coming out of Coastal Carolina, he's got to find a little bit more faith in a fastball at the letters. He just picks and lives in the dirt and the lower portion of the zone.
Payoff pitch.
There
Swing
it is.
and a miss. Strike 3 right on cue.
A beauty right there, Gino. That's what we're talking about.
88 from Scott Doran. And that leaves one stranded on second. Mariners still on top 2-1 after Doran gets his first punch out of the evening. We'll be back for the home half of the 6th. Stick around on Cape League TV.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financing journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to
Welcome back to Harwich, and look at that beautiful sky. Just a beautiful night here on Cape Cod, 72 degrees. Where else would you rather be on a Friday night? Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. 2-3-4 due up for the Mariners, going up against a new man on the mound for Cotuit. It's Tyler Albanese. Leadoff hitter is D. Kennedy. First pitch, smack, foul down the third base side. Max Haug gets yanked after a nice start in today's game. 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run after 2 runs given up, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. The 0-1 to Kennedy. Breaking ball hits the inner edge. Albanese, the San Jose State product, stands at 6'6", 237 pounds, and he's got strikeout stuff. 11 punch-outs this summer, trying to add to it. The 0-2 pitch this summer. His 9th appearance on the mound, a 3.60 ERA. Here's the 1-2 to Kennedy. He strikes him out. Back-to-back punch-outs to D. Kennedy. And there's one away in the bottom of the 6th.
The right fielder from Texas, number 24, Aiden Robbins.
One thing's for certain, Luke. These Mariner bats got to be ready to hit, and we know this guy is.
Absolutely. That's tough. Kennedy struck out looking back-to-back times. At some point, you just got to be ready to swing the bat.
First pitch to the righty, Robbins. High and outside. Robbins today has reached once off of a fielder's choice. was stranded on third after a throwing error and a wild pitch. Struck out in his last at-bat. 1-0 misses high. But trying to get hot in today's game. Yesterday against YD, went 3 for 5 with a 2-run homer. His 4th bomb of the summer. The 2-0. This one's drilled into right center, down for a hit. Robbins must have heard me talking. There's one aboard with 1 out.
Sorry about that slight hiccup. Back here, a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff man in the 7th, Luke Matthews. He takes first base. Dean West now digs in. First pitch up high, 1-0. That's a pinch hitter for Dean West. It's going to be Easton Winfield. So Winfield digs in for a righty-lefty matchup. Runner at first goes. High fastball, throw down to second. Not in time. Doran has now thrown 6 consecutive balls to start the 7th inning. Matthews takes second. He advances into scoring position. Cotuit striking here in the 7th.
Yeah, I mean, Conti is really good at throwing guys out at third, but we have yet to see him catch someone stealing at second. All of his throws usually are high and leading guys off the bag.
2-0. Up high, 3 balls and no strikes, 7 consecutive pitches out of the zone. Winfield, the pinch hitter, is a Texas native, and he goes to the University of Texas, Austin. The Mariners' right fielder tonight, Aiden Robbins, is transferring there this fall. Here's the 3-0. Right down the middle, get me over fastball lands, 3-1. A big spot here now in the 7th, the tying run at second base. The pinch hitter Winfield just trying to advance Matthews to third. Ground ball to the right side will do it. The 3-1. Ball 4 up high, 2 walks to start the top of the 7th. Control is the name of the game for Scott Doran, and he's struggling with it right now in the Cape. Walked 4 batters his last time out, and that's already his 2nd in just the 7th inning through that many batters. The infield will talk it over, the conversation led by the catcher Conti.
There's some action in the Mariner bullpen. It appears to be Cohen Fieser. But you wonder how long Doran's going to go.
Doran at school pitched 17 1/3 and walked 13. So they're up there, but not like they have been in the Cape. Do you think that just comes with a rising sophomore, a young guy here, being a little bit nervous?
I wouldn't say nervous, but it's just different, right? You're going up against guys that you're going up against the top competition night in and night out. I mean, they're going to be ready to hit. They've got some of the best eyes, best vision across the country. If you're picking around the zone for the most part, they're going to pick up on it.
First and second, nobody out. The Mariners are up 2-1, but here come the Kettleers. The batter Nolan Stevens, he's 0 for 2 tonight. First offering. Low with the curveball, 1-0. Harwich has already turned a double play tonight. One of those right now would be of the delight of the home crowd. But first, Doran's got to find the strike zone. He looks back to second, working from the stretch, comes home, the 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. The bench getting into it a little bit, trying to pick up their right-hander out of Coastal Carolina. He's got to find the strike zone. Stevens has struck out and grounded out so far. 2-0. Inside, 3 balls and no strikes. On deck is Tagger Tyson. Zan von Schlegel is the pinch hitter here in this at-bat. Excuse me, the 3-0 Finds the outer part of the plate, a big strike one in this at-bat. So he pinch hits for Nolan Stevens. Schlegel set in a righty-righty matchup. 2 on, nobody out. 3-1, runner at second goes, ground ball to third, and it goes right into the Mariners' direction. A triple play! Maloney fields the grounder, the force out at third, and a quick bang to second for 2, and over to first. The first triple play of the summer ends the top of the 7th in Harwich, and the Mariners keep a 2-1 lead. How about that?
Way to pick up your reliever, Doran, who was struggling to find the zone. A nice job by the Mariners defense to pick him up.
The first triple play of the summer in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Couldn't have come at a better time for Harwich. Everybody needs to stretch after that. We'll be back for the home half of the 7th on Cape League TV.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player. You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob instead of having to go get a whole entire...
Leading off for
The
the
7th inning stretch is
is
over with. Time for the home half of inning number 7. The Mariners are up 2-1, but how about the last half inning ending on a triple play for Harwich? Cotuit had first and second with nobody out, and that vanishes in one swing of the bat. Conti, the leadoff man for Harwich, takes a first pitch curveball outside, 1-0. Conti so far tonight 0 for 2. He comes in on a 6-game hitting streak, trying to extend that here in this at-bat. The 1-0. That hits the outer part of the strike zone, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Zan von Schlegel comes into the game at third base. The 1-1. Up high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Harwich just 3 hits tonight. That's been the story of this Mariners summer. Limited offense, but the pitching has been spectacular.
It's looking a little bit shaky, though, with Doran. A lot of balls, but trusting that defense. Turning 3.
My, oh my, was that fun. The 2-1. That drips in the zone, 2-2. Conti yet to swing at a pitch in this at-bat. Trying to wait for one he likes as the leadoff man in the 7th. It'll be Conti, Brini, and Kyle Wolf. Harwich looking for some insurance runs here, Gino. They just lead by 1. They trail in the hit category. 2-strike pitch. Fouled off. Albanese, the reliever, who came in the 6th inning, back out there for his 2nd inning of work. So Conti battling, 2-2. Albanese put the Mariners down in order in the 6th. He's set. Kicks and fires, another 2-2. Hard liner into left. Matt Conti has a hit in 7 straight games.
Good stuff out of Conti. every game he plays, you can just tell he just looks more and more confident, and it comes with just his reps that we've seen in BP before games, and his swing is just looking more and more consistent and smooth out there. He's not doing too much, and he's making contact.
Conti's leadoff single now marks the second time that a leadoff man in an inning for Harwich offensively has reached. The last time it happened was all the way back in the second inning. It was this guy right here, Nico Brini. He came around to score. 1 on, nobody out. First pitch to Brini. Smack to second, this could be 2. Farber to short for 1, across to first, got him. The Kettleers go 4-6-3 and wipe out the leadoff hit from Conti, 2 down in the 7th.
The first baseman from Boston College, number 34, Kyle Wolf.
Brini stayed aggressive, doing what we've seen a lot from him over his hot streak offensively, swinging at the first pitch. But that was as textbook as they come. A fastball low, Brini got on top of it and did exactly what the Kettleers were looking for. 2 out, nobody on for Wolf. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight. First offering, a little bit low, 1-0.
Wolf 0 for 2 today. We talked about him, the All-Star game tomorrow. He's got to be ready to go with all the scouts there. It's going to be a fun atmosphere. Tons of people will be in attendance.
1-0. It's the outside corner, 1-1. And Red Wilson Field, just a great location for it. A good-looking ballpark, a lot of tradition here at Harwich. But with the outfield fence being somewhat in compared to most of these ballparks, I'm sure it's going to be a hitting clinic for power over there at YD. The 1-1 to Wolf. Same spot, same result. The off speed on the outside corner, 1-2 to the Mariner first baseman. Harwich just not finding many base runners, and when you get a leadoff man in Conti to get on, the double play really sucks a lot of momentum out. 2-strike pitch. That's low with the fastball, 2-2. I think Kyle Wolf's going to have a big day tomorrow as well. Seems really focused right now.
He's got the power.
More importantly for the Mariners, this is a big game tonight. Just a 1-run lead in the bottom of the 7th. 2-2. Skips in the dirt. The count goes full. On deck is Trey Wells. He's hitless tonight as well.
I can't get over how beautiful the sky is here in Harwich. I mean, just pink and blue.
I will say, Gino, both of us out-of-town guys, but the Cape is as good as advertised.
Yeah, I can't agree more. I think it's just a beautiful spot. Nice weather.
Payoff pitch. Fouled off. Wolf staying alive. Making the reliever Albanese work here with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 7th. This game just has a little bit more at stake. Going into the All-Star break, you win last night, kind of back on track against YD. And you just feel like that Monday back right here at White House against Falmouth. If you can win tonight, be winners in 2 in a row. You're right where you want to be, 2 games above 500. Another payoff. Hard hit into center, but right at the center fielder, Bogenpool. He's right there. The Mariners go in order in the 7th. They lead by 1. We head to inning number 8 on Cape League TV.
A broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
And for half the money.
Welcome back to Harwich. It's time for the 8th inning, a tight one against the Cotuit Kettleers tonight alongside Gino Antamarino. I'm Luke Brenneman. Gino, the Mariners go to their third arm of the ball game. It's the right-hander out of TCU, Cohen Fieser. He just got to the Cape. He's pitched just one time this summer, but Fieser has strikeout stuff, a mid-90s fastball, and had a solid year in the Big 12. What did you see in his first time out just a couple days ago?
Yeah, didn't go very long. It was back on July 15th. Went just 1 2/3. Gave up no hits, no runs. Had just 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Impressive stuff in his debut. We'll see if he can look sharp again here tonight.
Well, now a high leverage spot in this one. Just a 1-run lead for the Mariners, and it's the 8th inning. He'll be dealing with 8, 9, and 1 in the Kettleers lineup. Taggart Tyson the first. A righty-righty matchup. Tyson so far today, 0 for 2, has flown out both times. Fieser ready to go. He winds and fires. First pitch of the 8th. In there, strike 1.
So Doran's day is over. Went 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Just couldn't really find the zone at times, though, Luke.
0-1 is up high, 1-1. Yeah, Doran is definitely a work in progress. He still went 2 scoreless.
Right.
So you look at the numbers,
Nothing to scoff at.
They definitely don't tell the whole story. A triple play where the runner at second was in motion on the ground ball to third. Just worked out perfectly. The bat goes flying on the foul tip from Tyson. Fieser able to get ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. In a situation like this, though, Gino, you bring in a reliever, just been here for a couple days, his second appearance of the summer. For Fieser, it's about mentality. Do you want to be in a position like this early on in the summer, high leverage? Are you dying to put yourself and trust your arm to really have the weight of the Mariners right now and part of this game on the line? Or do you shy away from it and quickly into this at-bat in the 8th inning, he's throwing strikes? 1-2 count to the first baseman for Cotuit. He chokes up on the bat. Fieser winds and fires. 2-strike pitch. Ooh, missed a little bit upstairs. 2-2. Fieser didn't love that call. That was a nice slider coming in, starting towards the right-handed hitter. 2-2. Went to the fastball and popped him up. Over at second base, that's DiCarlo. He makes the catch, 1 down in the 8th. A nice start for Fieser. Mariners pitching proving to be as good as advertised. Number 1 with the lowest ERA in the Cape. They gave up just 2 runs last night to YD. It was a total of 2 arms. That was Heiberger and Adam Arthur. And now tonight, working on the third pitcher, Johnson with the marvelous 5 innings of 1-run baseball. The batter is Case Sanderson. All kinds of pinch hitters in this game.
Fans, if you're missing your cell phone, we have one at the merchandise booth. Missing a cell phone at the merchandise
Sanderson
booth.
is pinch hitting for the catcher Luke Lavin. Lavin was 0 for 2 in his start offensively tonight. 1 out, nobody on. The Mariners up 2-1 in the top of the 8th. A tight one, the final game before the Cape League All-Star break. First pitch, up and away with the fastball, 1-0.
That's the thing about Cotuit. They're not going to go down, especially in this tight of a game. You can't give them any daylight to come back offensively. They've got the offensive firepower.
1-0 pitch. Up high, 94 with the fastball. 2 balls and no strikes.
I mean, one of the top teams in the Cape in batting average, runs, all the offensive stats. They're right there.
A testament to just how solid this Mariners staff is. Held them to 4 hits and 1 run. 2-0. Swinging a foul straight back. Fieser on the board with the first strike of the count. 2 balls and 1 strike to the pinch hitter, Case Sanderson. Lauren Hibbs, the manager of this Kettleer team, and he's switching things up. They don't have any offensive momentum right now. This is now the 3rd pinch hitter of the ball game. 2-1. In there. That evens the count at 2-2. On deck, the top of the order, and Bogenpole. Fieser shakes off a couple pitches from the pitch com, toes the rubber, working from the windup. The 2-2. Up and away. The count goes full. All kinds of new guys in town. It felt like the roster was really still for a while. Then you get Wells, the new catcher, in, and the second baseman, DiCarlo. Now a couple new arms, both Doran and Fieser. Payoff pitch, foul tip. Sanderson stays alive.
Yeah, you got to think for those guys specifically, it can be a little bit tough to get implemented into a lineup of guys and opponents that have been on the Cape for the most part the entire summer or most of the summer. But at the same time, it could give your team a lot of energy, right? It's fresh blood. It's fresh energy.
Another payoff. Fouled off down the left field line. Sanderson really grinding in this pitch hit opportunity. Every base runner just means so much in games like this. Gina, would you say it's good to see? I know they won last night, and you always want to hold the opposing team to less runs, but is it good to see Mariner baseball in this style come back a little bit? Because we were playing shootouts almost every night.
Absolutely, and for the most part, Mariners were coming out on the wrong side of it.
Guess what? Swinging a foul. Sanderson digging in here with 1 out and nobody on in the 8th.
Sanderson in his 25th game for Cotuit this summer. 2.24 average. But he can work a lot of walks, second most on the team.
Fieser trying to win this battle. He gets the signal. Kick, steals. Fastball right on in the hands of Sanderson, and he spoils it away. That was an excellent pitch. Always got to wonder the mindset in a battle like this. There's no other distractions. Nobody on. The tying runs at the plate. And these two, Fieser and Sanderson, just head-to-head right now. Fieser's been pounding the zone with strikes. Sanderson staying alive. Another 3-2. Struck him out. Went to the slider and had Sanderson reaching. 2 down in the 8th. Fieser wins that battle a long at-bat.
That's impressive stuff.
The center fielder from Missouri
if you're
State,
Fieser to just continue to pound the strike zone, to have that discipline and that ability, I mean, that says a lot about him.
That count was a 3-ball count for a long time.
Yeah.
Right on cue with what you were saying, Gino. You have to have confidence in your stuff to never waver and just stay on the downhill. Lineup turns over. Bogenpole spits on a pitch in the dirt. He's ahead 1-0. But it's also saying something that when you come into a game like this, it's easy to really value every pitch. Just one run, every pitch, and every batter. You're addressing the tying run. Here's the 1-0 to Bogenpole. Right on the outside lower edge, 1-1. But he attacked the bottom of this order, and now he's made his life a whole lot easier here with Bogenpole and the rest of the guys following him with nobody on and 2 outs. He kicks and deals the 1-1. Fouled straight back, 1 strike away from getting out of the 8th. Harwich up 2-1. It's been a battle of the staffs tonight on the rubber. The Mariners getting the better of the Kettleers right now. Harwich coming off a win last night. Just a game over 500. Cotuit, the bottom of the West in the standings. They've lost 2 in a row. Trying to get something going. 2-strike pitch. Swing and a foul.
It's like that Wareham game for the Mariners a couple days ago. Tanner Duke and Thomas Shirtleff both going an inning and both pitching over, having over 40 pitches.
If Fieser can throw a strike here, he'll be fired up along with the rest of the Mariners. 1-2 up high. A nice take from Bogenpole. When talking to the Kettleers broadcasters pregame, they said Bogenpoel's a guy that they're trying to will a little bit, trying to get him on base. Really good numbers at school. He has the frame, an extremely athletic player. 2-2. Inside, that got away from Conti. Nobody on, so it doesn't matter. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. A gorgeous, dark, but 70-degree Friday night. The Mariners trying to kick off All-Star Weekend here in Harwich with a win. And out here could go a long way. Payoff pitch. A little bit low. That was a heck of a pitch and a better take from Caden Bogenpoel. He extends the top of the 8th.
The left fielder from Wichita State, number 12, Camden Johnson.
That's the 4th walk tonight, given up by a Mariner pitcher. Those numbers trending downward as well as we head into the off weekend. Runner at first is the tying run. 2 outs for Camden Johnson. This is not the Kettleer that the Mariners want to see in the later innings. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Pitch clock was winding down.
And Doran had Johnson on the ropes last time out. But Johnson just so relentless in the box.
We always talk about on the broadcast, Gino, shutting the door. A chance to do it here. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch. Swinging a foul right off the shin of Johnson, and man, that one ate him up.
That's got to sting.
If Camden Johnson gets his 4th hit of the game now, we might just have to roll out the red carpet for this guy because he's a gamer. The trainers come out, so Johnson is really beat up. Looks like it hit right around the right knee area.
Right along that shin, too. It's got to hurt.
While we have a second, let's take a look at some Cape League scores around the area. Bourne beating down Wareham 9-1. Wareham on a 7-game winning streak. So that's at jeopardy. The Bourne Braves are knocking on the door of 500 if they can hold out an 8-run lead in the 8th.
It's funny because the West is so just tight. I mean, the difference between first and last is a difference of 4 points.
Chatham, the last place team, if you flip divisions in the East, up 7-0 in the 5th against Brewster. And I would not count the Anglers out. Every time we've seen them this summer, just a little bit of prep, you look into their numbers and their talent coming from the college seasons, especially in their lineup, and we always look at each other and say, how the heck is this team under 500?
Yeah.
And that's the team who's out of the postseason right now if the season ended today in the East. So Harwich looking for a win in a cross-division matchup here against Cotuit. Johnson looks to be okay, a tough kid. He's 3 for 3 tonight, has scored the only run for the Kettleers at White House Field. 1 on, 2 outs. An 0-1 count to the third baseman for Cotuit. Fieser, after a long break, is set. 0-1 offering. Inside, 1-1. Runner at first, Bogenpoel, an athletic Kettleer, not too much speed on the bases. He's 6'4". 1-1. Up high with the fastball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Now Johnson's thinking he's going to get something to hit. Got to give credit to the Kettleers. They are not laying down and quitting. It started with the pinch hitter, Case Sanderson, who eventually struck out, but drew out a long at-bat against the reliever Fieser. He's behind 2-1. The pitch. Fastball high, 3 balls and 1 strike. Conti, the catcher for Harwich, trying to calm down the new right-hander out of TCU. He wipes off the dirt on the mound, now toes the rubber. Runner at first, Bogenpole. That's the tying run in a 2-1 game with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. 3-1. Right on the inside corner with the heater. The count goes full. The runner at first will be in movement. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A tight one here in Harwich. Johnson, 3 hits tonight, has not been retired once. Fieser looking to do the job here in the 8th. The payoff pitch. Ground ball right side. DiCarlo on it, flips to first in time. That ends the 8th. Cohen Fieser comes in and shuts the door for now. We head to the home half of the 8th. The Mariners up 2-1 on Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
A tight one here in Harwich. The Mariners up 2-1 over the Cotuit Kettleers. Harwich due up in the bottom of the 8th, looking to tack a few insurance runs on and give their defense and pitching staff a little bit of insurance and breathing room before the top of the 9th. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Mariners. Trey Wells will lead things off. Wells making his 2nd start of the summer. Started in his debut yesterday, had 2 hits. So far tonight, he's 0 for 2. Gino, the All-Star game tomorrow. Give me a bold prediction for a Mariner in the All-Star game tomorrow. What are you expecting?
Okay, bold prediction or what am I expecting? Those
well, a conservative guy like yourself, I want a bold prediction from you. What Mariner's going to shine? How are they going to do it? You've seen these guys all year. I trust you. First pitch to Wells, a wave and a miss.
I think all of them will do well. I mean, that's kind of like my my easy answer. I think there's nobody on this Mariners team that got picked for the All-Star game that I disagree with. So I'll put that out first.
Albanese comes home. The 0-1 is smacked into right center. Charging is Winfield. And it's down. Wells goes the other way on a hard-hit line drive and a leadoff single for the Mariners in the 8th.
That's the power that Wells has, just driving that ball. Looks like a pinch runner is going to be Jake Coonan.
Jake Coonan will come in to run the bases.
Pinch running for the Mariners from Princeton, number 5, Jake Coonan.
We haven't seen Coonan in the lineup back-to-back nights,
now batting for the Mariners,
but he has an opportunity now on the bases in the 8th.
Sam DiCarlo.
Sam DiCarlo has been the difference tonight, though. In the 2nd inning, he had a double, which brought home Nico Brini. One of 2 Mariner runs, Harwich up by just 1. Before the first pitch to DiCarlo, the reliever Tyler Albanese checks on Jake Coonan at first base. So are you going to give a bold prediction, or are you just going to say they're all going to play well? I mean, they're all-stars, man. We know they're good.
Yeah, I don't really have like, I think Maddox Maloney will do really well. Right? He's just got that professional. He's a pro's pro already. Just the way he conducts himself on and off the field. I think I'm going to piggyback off of what you said earlier. I think Wolf's going to really impress.
Kyle Wolf, he'll have.
Is that a bold prediction, though?
I mean, I was hoping for Kyle Wolf puts one in the seats, or Trey Broussard steals 3 bases and makes a diving play in center field. But sure.
Okay.
Yes,
all right,
let's
wait.
say that all All-Stars are going to play well.
I'll say Maloney gets a homer then.
Runner goes on the first pitch, throw down to second. Got him. Jack Natilli, a beauty on the laser to nab Coonan at second base. And base running continues to bite the Mariners. 1 out in the 8th. Natilli put that ball right on the glove of the covering Luke Matthews. The only throw that would have beat Coonan in that situation. So much for the pinch runner and leadoff hit for Wells. 1 out. The 1-0 lands 1-1. What do you think of that decision to send Coonan?
Yeah, Coonan's not one that's known for his base running, or his stolen bases, rather. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I know Wells is not the fastest guy either, but...
DeCarlo takes the strike on the lower portion of the strike zone. He's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trying to reset in this at-bat after originally having a runner on. Now 1 out, nobody on. Still a 1-run lead, but now in a 1-2 count. DeCarlo making his Mariner debut tonight. Albanese gets set, comes home. 2-strike pitch, struck him out. A slider, low and away, had DeCarlo reaching. 2 down in the 8th.
The shortstop from Liberty, number 22, Tanner Marsh.
That's Albanese's 2nd strikeout, now working on his 3rd inning of action. He's done a really nice job, giving up 3 hits. But whether it's his defense and Natilli the catcher, getting a runner at second, Harwich has nothing to show for it in the run column. First pitch to Tanner Marsh. In there, strike 1.
If you're Marsh, you want to just get some sort of offensive life back in the side of the Mariners.
Marsh hitless so far tonight. The 0-1 skips in the dirt. That evens the count. This new top of the order where Tanner Marsh is becoming the everyday leadoff hitter for Harwich has been exciting.
Yeah, I think he is one of the top offensive threats for this Mariner team.
His ability to consistently get on base has helped the guys behind him. 1-1, a nice take on the fastball high. Marsh had 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yet to do that today, though.
There is action in the Mariner bullpen. Remember, it was Cohen Fieser who pitched a scoreless 8th. I'm interested to see if Steve Englert makes a change for the 9th. Before the 2-1. Fastball on the outside part of the strike zone. That evens the count at 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. The Mariners up by 1 in the 8th. Not much action tonight, but you got to give credit to both of these teams and their pitching staffs. We've also seen a triple play, a pair of double plays for each team. The defense on full display in Harwich. 2-2 to Marsh. Swinging a foul down the right field line.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the defense has been far and away the best part about this game. And you got to give credit to the pitchers on the mound today as well.
Albanese trying to pitch 3 consecutive scoreless innings. He's 1 strike away. Another 2-2 to Tanner Marsh. He kicks and deals. Misses inside with the off speed. The count goes full. On deck is D. Kennedy if we get there. Top of the order tonight for Harwich. The first 4 batters, just 1 combined hit. That was Robin's single in the 6th. Top of the order for Harwich last night was unstoppable in YD. Payoff. Got him looking with the curveball. Wow, Max Albanese. A beauty to end the 8th. The Mariners still lead by 1, 3 outs away from a win before